Hi guys, this next assignment has to do with first and second hand account, and I kind of wanted to go over it a little bit, hopefully to make it make more sense to you than just reading this. I could have just assigned it, but I kind of felt maybe if I just kind of talked about it a little bit, and I went through a couple, and then I'll leave the last two. So there's 4 total examples, and I'm going to do the first 2, and then the second 2 I'm going to put into a Google form, and you're going to go through, read them, and you're going to answer the questions. So this is all about first or second hand account. What is it? Well, what is each one? Okay, so the first one, if you read here, if you're looking at this paragraph at the top, first hand account. Okay, so what this means is that the person was actually there, present, witnessed, they saw. It's like being at school and you're watching a fight. You're seeing a first hand account. Then you go and tell your friend who missed the fight because, say, they were in the cafeteria, they went to the bathroom, but they missed the fight. So you're a first-hand account, and you go and you tell them about it. Okay, so now when they go and tell somebody about it, it's a second-hand account because they weren't there, but they're telling what you told them. So theirs would be a second-hand account, but yours would be a first-hand account. So again, just to say one more time, first-hand account, you have to be there and actually witness it. So anybody that was on the bus with Rosa Parks, the bus driver, those would be first-hand accounts. All right, now second-hand account, like I said, when you run and tell your friend and then your friend goes and tells somebody, second-hand account, they weren't there. Okay, so it says here, this information was gathered after the event occurred, usually by someone who was not present at the actual event but learned about it afterwards. Now, so if you look at the 2 charts below, it says use charts below to apply the criteria when studying an account of information to determine if it is first or second hand. If you check more of the characteristics on one side, chances are you have your answer. So it's not to say that you might not mark some of these on the first hand account, but the thing of it is that you might have more marked on the second hand, so then it's a second hand account. All right, let's look at the first one. Okay, so this is the first story, and we want to determine if it's a first or second hand account. Joe's Pizza Haven has been a cornerstone of West Liberty for years. Unfortunately, last night marked the end of an era as the building went up in flames. At about 9 p.m., calls came into the local fire department that smoke was seen coming from the upstairs windows. By the time the fire trucks arrived, the building was completely engulfed in flames. Firefighters had the fire out by midnight. The owners said that it will be a total loss. They plan to rebuild as soon as possible. Okay, so now, first-hand account. Did you have any eyewitnesses? No, it doesn't even talk about there being any eyewitnesses. In fact, this sounds like a reporter, from the news. Okay. One-sided viewpoint, many viewpoints. It's not even that. This is really just all facts that you're reading right now. You're not getting many viewpoints. Well, by the fire trucks. Okay, so let's see. You have calls came in to the local fire department that there was smoke. By the time the fire trucks arrived, the building was completely engulfed in flames. Firefighters had the fire out by midnight. The owners said that it will be a total loss. I can't even really mark on either side. I feel like it's just the facts, and you're not getting one-sided viewpoint, many viewpoints. I feel like you're just getting the facts, so I don't even feel like we can even mark on either side. There's definitely no emotions here, but it's very factual, so I would definitely mark over there. You're not even getting anybody's opinions. There's really no opinions here. Other than maybe, it says not many opinions, it says not any, but other than the fact that you're saying that the owners said that it will be a total loss and they plan to rebuild. So definitely the owner's opinion there. It definitely sounds like a report, okay? And then it's definitely not in first person, because if it was in first person, they would use I. So it's definitely in third person. So clearly this one is second-hand account, okay? So that's how you would do this. Let's look at one more. Here's another example. Stationed in the kitchen at his usual post, Chef Joe was just finishing putting the last of the seasoning in the sauce pot. I just want to note right there, I paused from my sweeping to watch him in action. It was my dream to one day become a chef just like Joe. This is definitely written in first person, okay? Just as I turned to go back to my sweeping, I noticed a strong odor in the air. To my horror, I suddenly saw black smoke coming from under the kitchen door. I covered my ears as the smoke alarm began to ring. I headed out with the other workers and Chef Joe. I just hoped the firefighters would get here soon. Okay. You definitely have emotions because he's like, to my horror. Yeah, definitely you have some emotions there. You've only got one side here. You have an eyewitness because he was literally there when it's happening. And it definitely sounded more like a narrative, like a story, like he was telling a story. So I would definitely mark this as firsthand. And again, it's really quite simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Google Form link that I gave you in the lesson plans, and you're going to look through the last 2 stories, and you're going to mark them as first or second hand account. And that's all you got to do.